Good night to you in the Caribbean. Good night. And hey, further afield, the entire universe. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, whichever applies to you. And it's another edition here on WinFM 98.9 on the ball. I am your host, Troy Biff Mills. And we have to say, we did play the ads already, but we have to big up our sponsors, Cayenne Jet, for coming on board and making sure that we have this event. And we're going to have a very interesting program tonight. I'm hoping we have 3 sets of guests. Some youngsters who made it to Carifta. We're in December, but they already made the Carifta for next year, Easter God Spear 2024. We're going to be having the West Indies cricketer Jazara Claxton, female cricketer as well. And Rashid Eddy out of SP with the best be. He's going to be with us a little later in the night. And he's going to be talking to us about the successful, I think, from what I'm been hearing, Big Six. I almost said Big Bash League, but that's the Australia T20. It was a Big Six competition he had here in St. Kitts, and he's going to be talking to us about that. But before we get off to that and we go into that, let us look at some local news here in the football circles. The Keith Kayamba on the 17 semi-finals and the finals, they would have been played recently. In match 1, Cairn Rockets, they took care of Hot Springs Bath United 3-0. And notwithstanding Hot Springs Bath United, they didn't go through to the finals. I'm very impressed with that football club out of Nevis, the Bath region, because they've been with the St. Kitts and Nevis Football Association, the SKNFA, for a few years, and they have basically competed in all the different leagues and competitions put off by the SKNFA, and I have to really big them up, and especially in the Premier Division, they came up and they've stayed up, and I said on a previous program, I expect them to be in the Super 6 next year. I hope I wouldn't have to go back and I'm not putting my foot in my mouth, but I really expect them. The brand of football they're playing, and they've been consistently improving over the years. So I think they're going to be making the Super 6 next year, Godspear. And I expect them to win the league, if not the 2025 season in 2026. I really expect them to win the league in the next 3 years. And one of the things that I really commend them for, in the Premier League, they're playing about half of their matches in St. Kitts and the other half in Nevis. So when the Village Corks, for example, the champion team, 2 rounds of football, they have to go to Nevis. They only have that one expense going to Nevis. However, the Bath United, they would have to play all the teams in the first round, or however they have it mixed here in St. Kitts. So there were 10 teams last year in the Premier. And imagine 18 matches, you have to play 9 in St. Kitts, 9 in Nevis, when all the other teams only have to play 1 in Nevis. But they keep going at it. And, well, before I go, I see my technician here watching me bad with his cross. Jamster, because I didn't big him up and say good night. Good night, Jamster. Welcome and thank you. Daddy T, he's on an engagement tonight. So the man Jamster is stepping in. And in match 2, in the Keith Kayam comes on the 17 semi-finals, St. Thomas Trinity Strikers, they came up against Newtown United. At the end of regulation, it was 1-1. At the end of the penalty kicks, it was 7-6 in favor of St. Thomas Trinity Strikers. So the final score 8-7. So St. Thomas Trinity Strikers discarding of Newtown United and going through to the finals. And really, Newtown has been having a torrid time. They lost the female to Old Road. They lost out and going to the under 17 semi-finals. They were in the Super 6. They didn't make it in. And I'm not certain when last they've won something, but knowing Newtown, they're going to come back hard. One of the most dangerous teams in football here in St. Kitts, especially in the Premier League, I might add. They have this never say die attitude. They always come at you no matter what is happening. They keep coming like the Energizer Bunny. and I expect them to come back at some time. In the finals, Nagico Keon Rockets versus St. Thomas Trinity Strikers. It was East versus West, two rural teams. Regulation, it was 0-0. At the end of the final score, after penalty kicks, it was 4-3 in favor of Nagico Keon Rockets. They've been around for quite some time, and a very experienced team they are, and they've won championships at various levels before. So we say congratulations to all the teams that participated, all the teams that made it through to the various stages, the semifinals, the finals. And though you didn't win, we still say congratulations to you, rather, for actually making it there, and better luck next time, as it were. So we're hoping that you'll be able to come through bigger and better and set up yourself for next year and the year after, God's peer. And that was a little bit of football. And we actually should have had some information on the schools league, which we're still hoping that we'll get something. And we haven't been able to receive that as yet. And we know they have been finals, I think. Virchilds High, they would have defeated, is it Sems in the finals? And Tyrrell Williams, I think it was. I'm not too certain, but I'm subject to correction. They would have won the primary school. So a lot of things happening in the East and in the West. So we say big up to those guys. And that's it for football on the local scene at the moment. And we're going to just a little tidbit on table tennis. There is the OECS Table Tennis Championships down in Dominica, the 17th, 18th, 19th of December. That is Friday coming, Saturday and Sunday. And the St. Kitts and Nevis, we've had a team in practice for the last few months. And we should be traveling on the Thursday. And we are actually reaching out to the corporate community. It's a tough time at the end of this year, but we're hoping that we'll be able to get some companies, individuals, groups come on board and assist us with some funding to make it possible for us to go. We say big up to the St. Kitts and Nevis Table Tennis, the St. Kitts and Nevis Olympic Committee. They have been a platinum sponsor of St. Kitts and Nevis Table Tennis over the years. Mr. Glenn Jeffers, the Secretary General, Mr. Alfonso Bridgewater, the President, and Mr. Freddie Knight, the Vice President. They have really been supported table tennis in a very big way. And we want to say thank you to them. And we're going to have a team of some sort, even if it is just one player we're able to send. We will be sending a team. And so I'm appealing. And in case you're wondering, by the way, I am the president of the St. Kitts and Nevis Table Tennis Association. And we're appealing to anyone, everyone, to come on board and make a contribution. As small as it is, it goes a long way. And we really appreciate it. We're still in table tennis, and we had a talent identification program down at St. Paul's on Saturday 9th. That's last Saturday. And we didn't have the numbers we expected. But hey, anything is more than nothing, mathematically or otherwise. And we had some 12 children, 5 females, 7 males. And they ranged from 6 years to 11 years. That was a very good thing. And if we're able to capture and keep even 4 of those, I think we'll be in good standing, because there are a lot of on the 9, on the 11, on the 15 pre-cadets, they're called, on the 17 competition, on the 19, on the 21, on the 23, senior team, male team, etc. So we want to get them involved. And we're appealing to you who are listening, anybody listening, if you want to get into table tennis, or if you want your children, or if you want your children to get into table tennis, you can give me a call, Troy Biffmill 668-2055, or you can send me a WhatsApp. We will welcome you any day. There are actually 5 clubs at the moment in St. Kitts, and they are Club Freeman, Mr. Irvin Freeman, that is based in the Sadlers region. There is In the Loop Table Tennis Club, Calvin Lake, he's the main driving force behind that. They're based in the more St. Peter's region. There's the Challengers Table Tennis Club. They're based obviously in the community of Challengers. Dennis Bowers, he is the man in charge of that. There is the Sandy Point Table Tennis Association, and Mr. Quinton Morton is the man behind that. And there is the Liamiga Table Tennis Association, centered more about the Bastia region, Mr. Craig McDowell. So he's not only a Calypsonian and a cameraman, but he's into table tennis, and he's actually the treasurer of the St. Kitts and Nevis Table Tennis Association. So you can contact them, or you can contact yours truly. And you may choose to join any club you want. You may choose to have your children join any club you would want as well. So give us a call and we'll be able to direct you accordingly, whether you prefer to be geographical, close to an area where you live, or maybe it doesn't matter, you prefer to just play table tennis. But Jamster, I think a lot of persons in St. Kitts are misled when it comes to table tennis. They have a misguided perception, misguided idea. Because they see a small table tennis board, they may feel that, hey, there isn't much out of table tennis. But I can tell you, table tennis, it's really a lot of thinking involved. You have to be smart, size up your opponent, his strengths or her strengths, weaknesses, how you're going to defend the serves, how you're going to serve, and during the rallies, etc. And movement, the legs, especially up and down and stretching and turning, the hips turning as well. And then you have the arms, the wrist, and it's really a tremendous sport. And quick table tennis balls have been clocked at traveling up to 90 miles per hour at top speed. Would you believe that? To put that in perspective, the fast bowlers we have around the world today, they're doing like 90 miles per hour, 90 plus miles per hour. And a table tennis ball, Jamster, has been clocked at about 90 miles per hour, traveling at full speed. It's a small ball. Yes, it hits you, not going to knock it out like in cricket and it causes you to get a chop or anything. It's a very, very light ball. But that speed, and some guys really smash that ball hard. And you get a lot of good workout. In a few minutes, you're pouring with sweat, Jamster. So we encourage everybody to get into table tennis. And of course, we encourage you to come on board and support the St. Kitts and Nevis Table Tennis Association. And in terms of the talent ID, plus we had, out of the 12 students, we actually had 1 high school and 7 primary schools represented. There was SEMS, there was Sandy Point Primary School, Maurice Hillier Primary School, Seventh-day Adventist Primary School, Irish Town, Dr. William, Connor, can't remember the others, but we had about 8 primary schools present. We had a father who was present for the entire 4 hours we were there, and we also had a teacher and mother who was present, and of course we encourage that. I say a very big thank you to all the coaches who were there assisting with the children, to all the members of the St. Kitts and Nevis Table Tennis Association, the actually administering the program, and we say a very big thank you to the sponsor of the table tennis, that talent ID, the St. Kitts and Nevis Olympic Committee, and to the Department of Social Services and Community Affairs for allowing us the use of the St. Paul's Community Center. We were to be having one in Nevis. We haven't forgotten you, Nevis. We were to be having one this coming Saturday, but we're going to do it a little different. We're not going to have that. Instead, we want to come up and meet with the teachers, to sell the idea to them, to meet with make a presentation at perhaps assembly in the various schools, to get persons involved. And there is table tennis in Nevis. As a matter of fact, there's a Nevis Table Tennis Club. Mr. Gary Wade, he is the man in charge of that. And in case you want to contact him to become a member, 667-7692, Mr. Gary Wade. He's the president of the Navy's Table Tennis Association. And of course, you can form your own association. You can join. And we're going on a membership drive next year, the SKNTTA. We're going to be looking at not only clubs, but players. We intend to target churches and hope that perhaps during the year we could be strong enough to have a churches league. We would like to have a business league as well. We are going to be into the primary schools and the secondary schools, and as much as possible and practical, the tertiary institutions as well. And we are hoping to have a primary school championships, a high school championships. These things are very expensive. We hope we will be doing some fundraising and soliciting sponsorship for the various programs. We are looking at a business league as well, and institutions like the police, the defense force, fire and rescue, and sports club. You have Casper, social services, inland revenue. We're going to be targeting them and inviting them to come on board with some table tennis. Central Bank, they play a lot of table tennis, so we intend to get closer with them and have them become members. So we are looking to increase our clubs as well as the members in the clubs. And really, the youngest age we're looking at, just about 5 years. We had a 6-year-old, and he was doing very, very well. And so we're looking at perhaps 5 years. And practice is mostly done in the evenings, St. Peter's Community Center, Connery Community Center, St. Johnson's Community Center, down in Challengers Community Center, the Sandy Point Community Center. And like I said, if you want more information, give me a call. Troy Biff Mills, send me a WhatsApp, 668-2055. If you prefer to send an email, my email address is tkmilz@hotmail. T for Troy, K for Kangaroo, M for Mango, I for Ice or Igloo or Ink, L for Love, K for Kangaroo, Z for Zebra, at hotmail.com. And that's all about table tennis. And again, we say a very big thank you to the St. Kitts and Nevis Olympic Committee for being with us, sponsoring the talent ID we've had, and also in terms of the team traveling. And we are appealing to persons to come on board and make it possible for St. Kitts and Nevis to participate in the OECS Table Tennis Championships this upcoming weekend. And what we're going to do before we continue, we're going to take a break and thank our sponsors, Cayenne Jet, for coming on board with us. And in case you're wondering, just joining us, you're listening to On the Ball here on WINNFM 98.9 every Tuesday night from 7 to 9 p.m. with your host, Troy Biff Mills. And this is actually the last edition for 2023. We're going to be taking a break for the Christmas and Carnival season, and we're going to be coming back next year, God's spear. So let us say thank you to Cayenne Jet for sponsoring the On the Ball program. At Cayenne Jet, you will enjoy the one-of-a-kind boutique airport service that you can only find on the thrilling islands of St. Kitts and Nevis. While our chef serves up island specialities, you can relax in Cayenne Jet Luxury Lounge with its stylish blend of local and contemporary decor. Most of all, you can lose yourself in the nothing's too much trouble service for which Cayenne Jet is well known. From immigration formalities to dining reservations to private jet charter, our attentive and intuitive concierge team at Cayenne Jet takes care of every little detail. Cayenne Jet is located at the Robert L. Bratcher International Airport in St. Kitts. Cayenne Jet is a 5-star private air terminal providing luxury services and a relaxing environment for guests arriving to and departing from the beautiful islands of St. Kitts and Nevis. Our exclusive state-of-the-art terminal is available to passengers of private and commercial jets. Relax and be pampered in a luxurious space while your immigration and baggage requisites are being addressed at Cayenne Jet. Cayenne Jet is located at the Robert L. Kayanjet provides a total focus on your needs with the elegant simplicity of a single point of contact for your travel demands. Our commitment to highest levels of service, safety, and convenience is unmatched in private aviation. Kayanjet private lounges are known for their discerning clients who relish the state-of-the-art terminal for both its privacy and ability to relax and be pampered in a luxurious space, while their immigration and baggage requisites are being taken care of with always a warm Kayanjet welcome from our team. At Kayanjet, every trip is personal, and we tailor each arrival and departure to the individual guests, making sure our beautiful lounges are the luxury escape from their tiring journeys, helping them to relax, renew, and revitalize. Our highly experienced staff are on hand to deal not only with normal day-to-day procedures, but with special requests and individually tailored solutions to meet the demands of today's unique travel needs. From arrival to departure and beyond, all private or business travel needs are met with uncommon dedication and personalized care at Kayanjet. Kayanjet is located at the Robert L. Bradshaw International Airport in St. Kitts. Welcome back to On the Ball here at WinFM 98.9 with your host, Troy Biff Mills. WinFM sponsored by Kayanjet. We say a very big thank you to Kayanjet for coming on board and sponsoring us. And if there's any entity, organization, group, business, individual, if you want to come on board and sponsor On the Ball, we welcome you. Just give our marketing department here at WinFM 98.9 a call, 466-9586, and they will be able to work out a solution for you. And we're going to be having a guest. He's on, Jamster. He's on already?
Yes, I'm here.
We're still waiting for a guest. And while we wait for him, we say congratulations to all the winners so far for Sugar Mass 52. We had the youth Calypso primary school and high school competition there on the weekend on Sunday over at the Marriott. If I'm not mistaken, I think that was a newbie first time it has happened. And the young lady won the primary section and a youngster won the high school. I'm particularly proud of all of the Calypsonians and the songs they produced. I heard them. I was very much impressed. But I was actually touched by the youngster, Joshua. I can't remember his singing name, but he won the high school, Superstar Joshua or something like that. And why it touched me, his mother, the late Laverne Merritt, she was the president of the St. Kitts and Nevis Table Tennis Association from about 2006 until about 2011-12. She has passed and gone to the great beyond. She was also vice president of the Caribbean Region Table Tennis Federation. That is our next affiliate here in the Caribbean. And actually, Jamster, a tear and a half came to my eye when they announced him as the winner, because I know she would have been extremely proud of him. So we say congratulations to them. And the semi-finals, I think, is sometime Thursday or thereabout. A lot of action happening in Warner Park. And we are saying good night to. Are you there, Delwyn? Delwyn? Delwyn, are you there yet with us?
Yes, yes, I'm here. Yes, good
Oh,
night. Good night.
wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for taking time out to join us here at WinFM 98.9 and On the Ball. Could you tell us a little about yourself? Who is Delwyn Delaney for those of us listening and don't know you?
Delwyn Delaney. Okay, so I'm guessing this is a sports
Yes, it is, sir.
show.
So we know you have many caps, but we'll stick to the sports section.
Yes, yes. So I am 2012 Olympian. I'm a graduate of the Texas Christian University where I obtained a track and field scholarship. I am bronze medalist at the World Championships in 2011, silver medalist at the Pan American Games in 2011, and CAC medalist as well. Yeah, and now I'm the president of SKN Athletics and also the president of Conway Football Club. So that's basically it in a nutshell, so to speak. And so, yeah.
Could you give us an idea of your executive at the St. Kitts and Nevis track and field? It's track and field St. Kitts and Nevis. I think there was a name change.
It's now SKN Athletics.
SKN Athletics.
And so, yes. So I'm President Delwyn Delaney. We have General Secretary Mr. Damon Backus. We have Laws, Lasana Laws as the treasurer, the athletes rep, Maricia Brown, technical officials rep, Mr. Denville Blake, coaches rep, Mr. Terence Romney. We have the PRO, Miss Patrice Harris. Am I missing anyone?
VP?
VP is now vacant, is presently vacant, and that should be filled within the next couple of weeks or thereabout, for the new year, for sure. And so that's basically the team right now that has been working extremely hard over the last few years, and we expect nonetheless come 2024. Well, we are already in the 2023-2024 season, and we have done quite a considerable amount of work so far. And so I guess during the program, I'll share some of the things that we are doing and plan to do for the next track and field year.
There were 3 youngsters, Delwyn, all over the media. They have already qualified for Carifta 2024. Where's going to be that Carifta?
So Carifta 2024 will be in the Spice Isle of Grenada. And so over the Easter weekend, we'll feature top athletes all around the region, from Bahamas all the way down to Guyana. Yes. And so we'll see a whole host of under 20 athletes competing in the under 17 category and the under 20 category in track and field. It is known to be the top junior championship in the world. We have every year the president of World Athletics, Sebastian Coe, comes down among many scouts from the US and the universities come down to scout out new athletes to join their program. And I said it is widely known as the top junior championship within the world, throughout the world.
That is wonderful. Do we have any athletes out there on scholarship at the moment?
Oh yeah, we have quite a number of them. Maybe around 12 to 15 of them, and ranging from some about to embark in January, while others are finishing up, and some are midstream in their studies. And so ranging from community college to Division 1 universities. We have a host of athletes there at the university level or the college level within the US.
That's wonderful indeed. You
Mhm.
mentioned the season started. Normally, this is
Right.
coming on to December, Christmas, and Carnival, but a few weeks ago, we've been hearing track and field and development program. What has been happening over the last few weeks?
Yes, so as you would have mentioned that a number of athletes have already qualified, that being Deschanel Thomas, who is the defending bronze medalist from Carifta this year, 2023, and she has already qualified in her same event, that being the 400 meters. Usually you don't find qualifiers at this time of the season because it's usually off season, is usually a time where athletes are building their base. And to be in that kind of shape so early in the season speaks volumes not only to her, but also to our coaching staff as well. Also, we have two athletes, two male athletes, Ajani Nemdari and Jaim Clark. Both would have qualified in the javelin, and they have been making some good strides, good headway as they are enrolled in our throws program. That being the discuss the javelin and the shot put program that we started, well, academy that we started about 3 weeks ago. No, l- maybe a month ago. Every Saturday, we invite different athletes to come on out, and we utilize our top tier throwing coaches to fine tune their technique and work on their what the different aspects of their throws to get them better. And so we have seen that being fruit. A matter of fact, this Saturday we are what we are calling um, we are having a throw off, and this is similar to what we have in the US where we have like a walk on. I'm sure in other sports there's this term walk on. And walk on just simply means that hey, it's an open practice. And if you think you're good enough, come on out. And so we're having a throw off this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. We're inviting all athletes in the shot and the javelin to come on out and to partake in that mini competition, so to speak. And it is a qualifying event as well, so individuals, athletes who do make the standard would be counted as a qualifying mark. So it is an official meet, so to speak, but all we are focusing on, because a lot of the attention generally goes to the track. We're saying, hey, this is a niche, this is an area that we can further develop, and so we are taking advantage of such.
What sort of age persons can take part in this throw off? Do you have an age limit at the bottom and at the top?
Um, it's geared towards more so the under 17 and the under 20 is more geared towards them, but if athletes at the senior rank wish to come on out, yes, it's open to the senior ranks, so that being the over 20 and over.
How
So we have
low
implemented.
do you go? What's your lowest age you would accept?
We'll probably go as low, maybe 14,
Okay.
14, 14, 15. That they will be able around to the under 17 category.
If we
And
are,
so
sorry, continue.
go ahead. No, I just clarifying that the under 17 category, we want to ensure that persons know you might be under 17 because the year is still not over, but next year you could be in the under 20 category. So we have to be careful with that as well. So
And
in
we,
terms of, and we would subscribe that if you're making 17 next year, that you throw with the under 20 implements, because it don't make
okay.
sense that you know to participate in the under 17 category, knowing in the next uh, couple of days you'll actually be an under 20 athlete.
The three athletes you said who made it through to the Carifta, what are their ages and where are they from?
Um, so Deschanel and Jaime from St. Kitts. Deschanel attends the Sadler's High, Sadler Secondary. Jaime attends the Halsey Mills, and Abijah attends the Charlestown Secondary. So ja- Abijah and Abijah is 15 years old, or he's making 15. He's making 15 next year. Jaheim is making 16 next year, and Deschanel is making 15 next year.
So Dejanel is making, did you say 15?
15 next year, yes. So when she ran at Carifta this year, she was just 13 because she made 14 later on in the year. So she's now 14. And so now she'll be making 15 next year.
So when
So
she, by the time she
Carifta was born,
run
she'll be 14
14,
years old.
okay. So the future is looking very good in the
Yes.
javelins and the 400. I remember looking at this, and she really stole the heart of a lot of persons. And it's always a good thing when you're seeing Kittitians and Divisions and you're from St. Kitts, Nevis, and you're living in St. Kitts and Nevis to see us meddling. So that was a very wonderful thing. What did they have to do to qualify?
So the qualifying mark for Deschanel, let me just pull it up real quick. Well, I know for the javelin throws, it was 45 meters. 45 meters. Abijah would have thrown 45.17 meters, and Jaheim would have thrown 49.64 meters. As it relates to the 400 meters, Deschanel ran 57.30, and the qualifying mark is 57.50. But she would have run though. Her personal best is 55 and change. I don't remember exact point what, but her personal best is 55 seconds.
When did she achieve that, the PB?
At the Carifta Games last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So based on what you're saying, doing 57.5 at this stage with 3-4 months to go, so early in her training, she could even better this mark. It's possible that she'll be better in this mark.
Yes, definitely possible. With the natural progression of athletes, especially at this age, the older they get, the stronger they get. It's not so much, yes, technique and training plays a part, but I said the natural progression, just like as you age, when you're 5 years old compared to when you're 11 years old, you're much faster without doing anything, just because you're naturally bigger, stronger, taller, whatever the case is. And so we expect the natural progression of these athletes, especially at this age, to shine through and let their natural ability and talent, just be harnessed and complemented by training and good eating habits and that sort of thing, staying healthy to of course produce good results.
You're listening to On the Ball here at WinFM 98.9, brought to you by the kind sponsorship of Cayenne Jet. Troy Biffmel is your host, and this program is held every Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. It's a weekly program. This is the final edition for 2023. We'll be coming back in January 2024, God's Spear. And in case you want, we have on Zoom with us Mr. Delwayne Delaney, president of St. Kitts and Nevis Athletics. And in case you would want to call in, ask him a question, make a recommendation, commend him and his team for what they are doing, commend the athletes, you can do so. 466-0989, 662-0989. And if you're shy, you don't want to talk, you can WhatsApp me, 668-2055. I'll be able to pass on whatever messages you would have to him. And we say thank you to Kai and Jet for coming on board and sponsoring us, as well as Delwyn for taking time out. A very, very busy man. He's into all kind of things, but he's here with us on Win FM 98.9. Ajani, the qualifying mark is 45 meters, and he has thrown 49.64. Well over the
Jahim.
Jahim, sorry. So
Jahim, yeah.
Jahim was the one who had the throw of 49.64.
Correct.
Oh, okay. And just the other one, Ajani was 45.17.
Yes. Abidjan.
Okay. Abidjan instead of. Give me the names
Yes.
again. I think I may have.
Abidjan, and Jahim.
Oh, Abidjan. Where did I get a Johnny from? I don't know. Maybe that's my next son. I'll call it Johnny. I don't know. What is Jahim's personal best?
Jahim's personal best would have been somewhere around there. Last year he would have thrown, I think, he might have just bettered his personal best.
Okay.
Well, we had what we call we had a meet maybe 2-3 weeks ago in Nevis. That's when both of them qualified, and he might have bettered his throw by maybe about 3 centimeters or thereabout.
Oh, okay.
And so, as I said, he is a pretty good cricket thrower as well. And what we are finding that a lot of our cricketers, Abijah is a cricketer as well.
Mm-hmm.
Jazawa, who chose the javelin, she's a cricketer as well.
Mm-hmm.
We had one.
And by the way, hold a sec. She's actually in the studio now. She's up next after you.
Oh, okay. I hope to see. I would have passed on the message to her coach, Miss Johnson. So I hope to see her at the throw-off this Saturday. Jazawa, you'll be there at 9 a.m.
No.
No, you won't be there.
This is Delwyn Delaney on the line. She said, no, I think she's actually engaged with a camp that's happening in Nevis. Initially, we were told that she wouldn't be able to make it, so she would have been calling in on Zoom. But we're grateful that she is here.
Okay. And so we find that a lot of our cricketers are being, pretty good with the javelin throw as well.
And the meet you had in Nevis, was it just a regular developmental meet, or what was it?
Yes, it was just a regular meet where we invite all persons, a good amount of athletes journey to Nevis to be a part of the SKNOC Classic. That's what it. So we are moving away from what we call development meets and naming them and giving a little more prestige to the meets. And so we had the early bird classic, where for the first time we had the meet actually started around 9 o'clock. We had what we call a sprints and hurdles classic, where it was just sprinting and hurdling, no long distance events, no throwing. And then we had a regular meet in Nevis. Now we're having our throws meet, and then come next year, then we'll have our longer distance meet, middle distance and long distance meet, before we bring it back all together again. So we want to give emphasis and attention to these specific areas within the track and field. We don't want any one event overshadow another. Everybody gear up for the 100 meters and so on. But I'm sure there are talented persons, talented athletes who would be willing, who just don't know they are good at these events, just because they, if they were to choose, they would choose, a sprint event or something like that. But if they are still at the meet, if they come to a meet and say, hey, okay, well, all that is available is the hurdles or long jump or javelin, and say, hey, I'm pretty good at this thing, maybe I should stick with it or something like that.
That makes sense. What time you started your first meet for this year? The track and field season runs from when and what time did you start your first meet? Classics, as you would call it.
Um, our, our first meet started about um in October. October we started, and we staggered them. We staggered them in such a way where different recovery time was given to the athletes, and so we staggered them probably every other weekend, and then we
Okay.
would have closed off after the meet, well, track meet in Nevis, and then now we are going into the true meet on this Saturday, and then that will be the final event for 2023. And that's, as I said, starts at 9 a.m. and concludes at 11 a.m. So we have on the 17 and on the 20 events in the shot put and the javelin. And what we would have done some active recruiting, taking a look at persons, athletes who have done considerably well at the inter-school level, the club championship level, the national level, their sports days, and invited them out, and because a lot of these athletes, they did well, but they were just participating. They weren't really training for these events, especially at the inter-school level. No, okay, well, you're strong, so try the shot put type of thing.
Yeah.
And they did well. And
Mm.
and without any technique and just using raw power and so on. And so if they are able to harness that technical aspect and better that technical aspect, we definitely they can do much, much better. Which leads me to this final point before you move on. One of the things that we did as well, we had Mr. Glenn Mills, the coach of, well, former coach of Usain Bolt and Johan Blake and Warren Weir and you name them, all Raymond Stewart, all the way down. And he was here for 3 days, and he engaged our coaches in some high level training and get the our athlete coaches thinking, I mean, world level. And so that was very, very interesting. That was very engaging as well. And so that was something that we for the first time, um, any coach of that caliber, that level, was here in St. Kitts and Nevis, and so we're grateful for the opportunity to host him and to impart on our coaches.
On an average, how many athletes have you been having at these events?
On average, I think the one in Nevis had around just over 100, maybe around 120 or
Wow.
thereabout. Yeah, so they are hovering, averaging around between 90 to 130. And
Oh.
so, I mean, we are not short on athletes for sure, participating from the under 11, under 13 categories all the way up to the senior categories. We have seen the infusion of a lot more of our kids and kids athletics. Um, Parents, guardians are definitely understanding that, hey, this might be something worthwhile. And so they see the fruits of their diligence, and so we're moving in the right direction. And reminded that this is just October, November,
Mm-hmm.
and so come January, February, I mean, we won't have room. We
Yeah.
won't have room for the track as it relates to training, and so we anticipate very, very competitive, very, very high powered season on the turn of the year.
A student going to what? I'm a student going to whatever school. For me to attend these, do I have to register with or through the school, or my parents could just bring me up, and my guardian could just bring me up?
And so we have several clubs within the both islands. And what we want to encourage parents, guardians to enroll their athletes, their children within these clubs. Their clubs on the western side, on the eastern side, in the Bastia zone, and throughout Nevis as well. And once they are registered with their club, with that any particular club, the club now will now register them for their meets, because you can't do walk-ins for these particular meets because the information is uploaded to a system and you are placed in different lanes and heat draws. And so when you compete via lane. And
Okay.
so and the results are uploaded automatically in real time. So you would have to register through a club, and you can, and that's how you enroll into the various meets.
In terms of your activities, fast forward to 2024, what do you have coming up on the horizon?
We have, of course, the highly anticipated inter-school Rams Championship. We have on our calendar what we call the corporate games, where we invite the different entities, business entities, to be a part. We also introduce our master's program. So that's something new as well, where we have persons who are staying fit, who can, and this is just for to engage persons who would have either been athletic during their younger days and still, want to stay competitive. The competitive juices are still flowing
Indeed.
to come on out and participate. And so in various events, so once this master's program continues to roll out, it won't just be at running events. So persons, if they say, well, I used to throw shot put, is not, we're not forcing you to run. You can throw shot puts. If you used to do javelin, if you used to do high jump, long jump, whatever the case is, there will be events for you to be infused in, and so we can have a nice launch or rollout of our master's program. Um, so the highly anticipated, of course, club championships, national championships, albeit that this next year is an Olympic year. And so we expect a competitive season all the way down to the national championships in June or thereabout. So there are lots to offer. And from the sports department side, I know on the calendar they are rolling out their zonal meets, and of course you have the primary school and the high school meets as well. That is always highly anticipated and highly attended as well. So um, the the track season for 2024 is gonna be something special.
Do you mentioned Olympics? Is there a window in which qualification for the Olympics or whatever games are happening be
Yes,
defined, or by, for example, the Olympics in August, would the qualification have to be, for example, within 6 months of it, or you can have an event now and you can qualify for the Olympics?
yes. The qualifying period is actually on right now, and so persons can qualify for the Olympics at this point. It's usually a year window for qualification, and the times and the marks are published on World Athletics, and it has been sent out to our clubs as well. So athletes and coaches are fully aware of those marks that they have to attain. They have gone away from just the mark, but also it's twofold. There's a mark, and then you'll be ranked. So if the qualifying time is 10 seconds flat, and there is 70 persons who would have run 10 seconds or faster, then they go to a ranking system in terms,
Oh,
if they're looking just 60 persons. So
oh.
then they look for the top 60, and even though you would have qualified, you would be bumped out. Those 10
Mm.
would be bumped out because they're just looking for the top 60 athletes in the world to compete.
Is it a So do you have to do that several times, or it could be one? Let's say you use 10 flat. Let's say somebody runs, I don't know, 9.4, but after that they don't reach close to that 9.4. Would that time carry them, and let's say they rank number 5? Would that 9.4, even though they only run it once, would that qualify them as the fifth rank, ranking at number 5 going into the Olympics?
Yes, yes, that's correct. So you only have to do it once. Sometimes you'll get favorable weather. For the sprint events, the legal amount of wind is 2.0 meters per second, and sometimes you get that perfect wind, you get that perfect condition, everything lines up for you, and you take advantage of it. And yeah, and so it would be, even if you do it one time, that's all it takes, one time.
Any final words you want to leave with us to our listeners? Let them know what's happening, what they should look. Well, you mentioned what you could look forward to already, but any
Yes.
other thing you would want to mention before we leave?
Well, just encouraging the general public to support, not only the general public, but also the sponsors and potential sponsors, to jump on board and support track and field in a big way. Also, is a clarion call as well to persons who would have seen the excitement in Bahamas for the character games. Please start to make preparations to come to Grenada to support our young athletes. I think tickets are on sale. Um, go go number two fete.com. Tickets are available right now for character. They are on sale early because they anticipate many persons. I'm sure persons are already booking their trips from Bahamas usually um, come in their numbers, Jamaicans as well. And so I know persons were, saying, hey, next year ain't missing me. Next year it's just around the corner. So please start making your preparations to head on down to Grenada to support our athletes. Um, so just looking forward to your continued support of track and field. One of the best sports, if not this, the best sport um, in 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 the world, the toughest and I mean nothing gets you going like track and field.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, so just come on out and continue to support track and field in a big way. And for persons who would have strayed, we are inviting you back out to track and field because, like we said last year, track is back, and track will continue to be back and back and back again.
Any sponsors you want to pick up finally?
Yes, our corporate sponsor, First Federal, they have been partnering now with us for the last 3 or so years. All the other sponsors who usually sponsor our meets, like the TDCs, the Rams, we expect nothing less but the continued support and increased support, I might add, for our scholastic sports, our smaller talent series meets, the KFC, the SAL, the Delta Petroleum, new 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 generation lab, um, and all the others. Come on out and continue to support track and field in a big way. You are appreciated.
Delwyn, we thank you very much for taking your time out to be with us here on the ball, and we congratulate you on the achievements you have had so far. We congratulate the three youngsters, Dejanel Thomas, Abaji Mdani, and Jahim Clark. I hope I got all the names correct, for qualifying for the Carifta Games next Easter God Spear down in Grenada. And we're appealing to all the public, General St. Kitts and Nevis, to support the team, book your tickets, head down. And anybody wanting more information, Delwyn, is there a number they can contact?
Our office number is 466-82-8502, and so you can contact us. Let me make sure I got that number correct. Yes, and so you can sorry, it's 465, sorry, 465-8284, 465-8284. And so if you have any information, there was a call earlier for volunteers, so persons who are willing to volunteer and officiate and that sort of thing, you can definitely call the office and um, share your interest in doing so. So, again, thank you for having us, SKN Athletics, and all the best to the listening public. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and Godspeed, track and field speed.
Merry Christmas to you and the St. Kitts and Nevis Athletics, all your volunteers, your athletes, your clubs, your administrators, your officials. And we wish you the best for 2024, Godspeed. That was Delwayne Delaney, president of the St. Kitts and Nevis Athletics, with us on the ball. And he's shedding some light on the 3 athletes who have qualified so far for Carifta 2024 down in Grenada on the Easter weekend. We congratulate them and we wish them the best. And great things are expected of not only them, but the other athletes who will qualify in due time. You're listening to Win FM 98.9. On the Ball is the program. Troy Biffman is the host. Let us big up our sponsors, Cayenne Jet, for coming on board and ensuring that we are able to have this program on the ball. At Cayenne Jet, you will enjoy the one-of-a-kind boutique airport service that you can only find on the of St. Kitts and Nevis. While our chef serves up island specialities, you can relax in Cayenne Jet Luxury Lounge with its stylish blend of local and contemporary decor. Most of all, you can lose yourself in the nothing's too much trouble service for which Cayenne Jet is well known. From immigration formalities to dining reservations to private jet charter, our attentive and intuitive concierge team at Cayenne Jet takes care of every little detail. Cayenne Jet is located at the Robert L. Bratcher International Airport in St. Kitts. Cayenne Jet is a 5-star private air terminal providing luxury services and a relaxing environment for guests arriving to and departing from the beautiful islands of St. Kitts and Nevis. Our exclusive state-of-the-art terminal is available to passengers of private and commercial jets. Relax and be pampered in a luxurious space while your immigration and baggage requisites are being addressed at Cayenne Jet. Cayenne Jet is located at the Robert L. Bratcher International Airport in St. Kitts. Cayenne Jet provides a total focus on your needs with the elegant simplicity of a single point of contact for your travel demands. Our commitment to highest levels of service, safety, and convenience is unmatched in private aviation. Cayenne Jet private lounges are known for their discerning clients who relish the state-of-the-art terminal for both its privacy and ability to relax and be pampered in a luxurious space, while their immigration and baggage requisites are being taken care of with always a warm Cayenne Jet welcome from our team. At Cayenne Jet, every trip is personal, and we tailor each arrival and departure to the individual guests, making sure our beautiful lounges are the luxury escape from their tiring journeys, helping them to relax, renew, and revitalize. Our highly experienced staff are on hand to deal not only with normal day-to-day procedures, but with special requests and individually tailored solutions to meet the demands of today's unique travel needs. From arrival to departure and beyond, all private or business travel needs are met with uncommon dedication and personalized care at Cayenne Jet. Cayenne Jet is located at the Robert L. Bratcher International Airport in St. Kitts. You're listening to On the Ball here on WINNFM 98.9 with your host, Troy Biff Mills, and we thank Kai and Jet, our sponsors, for coming on board and being with us here and ensuring that we have the program. And we have another guest in line and in studios, as a matter of fact. And we are going to go straight to Studio 2 and say good evening and allow our guest to introduce herself. Good evening. Welcome to On the Ball here on WINNFM 98.9.
Hello, good evening. My name is Jazara Claxton.
Jazara Claxton, a household name by now throughout not only St. Kitts and Nevis, but about within the Caribbean. And could you tell us a little about yourself, Jazara?
I'm a young upcoming cricketer. Played for West Indies under 19 and West Indies A. Also played for the Leeward Islands under 19 and senior team.
What about the CPL, women's CPL?
Yeah, I played for the Barbados Royals.
All right, and those of you who may not know, Jazara, apart from being the cricketer, she's also the captain of the St. Kitts and Nevis national under-20 female team, and she's a member of the St. Kitts and Nevis track and field team as well. How does it feel, Jazara, to be representing St. Kitts and Nevis in 3 different disciplines?
It's a proud moment for me to represent my country in different sports. It's really an honor for me and my country as well.
Where did it all start? Where, when, and how did you get into sports?
It started when I was in primary school, when I was involved in all the different sporting activities in school, from the sports department tournaments.
And how old were you at that time?
Like 7, 8.
What caused you to say, well, hey, I want to play netball or basketball or whatever? Why didn't you pick just one? Why did you participate in the several?
I guess because I was good at all.
I like that. And which is your favorite?
I would say cricket.
And I think the answer is obvious. Why?
When I was younger, I used to always say I wanted to be a professional cricketer. And then when I was growing up, cricket started to get a little, not really involved in my life, and then that when I started playing for St. Kitts football team. And then now, I'm just, somehow cricket just come up, and now I just fell in love with cricket again.
There weren't many, if any, female cricket teams, especially at the school level in St. Kitts. It was more or less boys. So how did that work out for you?
It wasn't really a problem because I used to always be with boys in school, playing football and the passion with boys. So it was just me doing what I love really and just being comfortable.
So does that mean that you would have, well, which teacher would have suggested that you play cricket with the men? Was it a teacher that suggested that, or was it you who got upon yourself, or your mom or your dad? How did that happen?
Really, it was my teacher for sure, and also the cricket coaches that was assigned to the school.
And who was your teacher?
Mr. Stuart Wallins.
What school was it?
Bunty Welch Primary School.
Bunty Welch. So here you are playing cricket with Bunty Welch Primary School with the boys. Did you feel intimidated in any way?
No.
Wondered if you should have been here?
No.
And how did you perform with them?
It was good. I was the captain for sure. It was just me, as I said, being comfortable around them because I used to always be around boys. But, yeah.
Let me see if I understand this. You, a girl, playing cricket with a boy team, and you are the captain of the boys team. That's what you just said, right?
Yeah.
Were there any other females playing on the team?
For the softball cricket, yes. But for the hardball tournament, no.
Men afraid of playing hardball cricket. So how fearful were you when you're seeing these guys? Normally it is felt that men are stronger physically than women. So you're seeing a teary bowler standing 20, 30 yards away, coming into you, and you with the bat, he with the ball. What were you thinking? Do you think that, hey, I really should go and play football. Or, no, man, I could take control of this. What were your thoughts?
I was like, yeah, man, I could take control.
Yeah, man, I like your spirit. I like your attitude. So Mr. Stuart Duff Rollins, he was the one who actually gave you that nudge, that push, because that is not a common thing here in St. Kitts and Nevis. Well, it's becoming a little more common now, but back in primary school, you're talking. What age? You did say you started around 7, but what age would that have been?
I don't remember.
Okay, you could remember what year it might have been? You're still at Bronte Welsh. When you left Bronte Welsh for the high school?
2018.
2018. Okay, so we're talking about 5, 6, 7 years.
Yeah.
And when you went to the high school, which high school did you go to?
Charles E. Mills.
That's in Sandy Point.
Yes.
And what happened with your cricketing career at SEMS?
No, cricket was really keeping, so it was just football at the time.
Also, you put the cricket on pause, and it was more or less the football and the track and field. Let's jump over to football before we come back to cricket. The SKNFA female final. Old Road Jets female versus the Newtown female club. You played in that game. How were you feeling?
A bit nervous because didn't want to get injured. But I just wanted to just go out there and have fun and help my team win.
You sealed the fate of Newtown, the number 1 female team. No disrespect. Here in St. Kitts and Nevis, they've won the championships the most times, back to back, straight, whatever, whoever. And you were the one who put the nail in the coffin, so to speak, in the penalty shootout. I think you were the one who had the last kick to decide the championship. You know you're going up to kick the ball. What went through your mind? How did you prepare yourself, knowing that you score this, your team wins?
For me, I was just trying to keep myself calm. Even before the game ended and I know that nobody was going to score, I already chose a corner that I wanted to kick. And when it was my turn, I just went up there and put well ball.
That you say even before penalty kick time come, you don't choose your corner. I don't know how many players do something like that. Normally they may wait until their turn come to kick. I don't know, but that's tremendous. That level of planning. Do you put that amount of planning into your cricket as well?
For sure. Yes.
And you now in high school, they're not playing any cricket. You went to play football. How did you come back into the cricket?
It had one summer when school had closed. Percy Daniel came to my house and he was like, they're having an under-19 West Indies tournament in Trinidad. And he would like me to play for the Leeward Islands under-19. So I was like, coming for sure because I never went to Trinidad. And then at the time, I just went for the fun, just to perform because knowing that I wasn't in cricket for a while. And then somehow I just ended up on West Indies under-19 squad.
But let's go back up a bit. You had SEMS. They're not playing any cricket. You're in football. And Percy Daniel, Sly Daniel came and said, hey, I'm putting you on a plane to Trinidad. Apart from you not being there, in terms of your preparation mentally, how did you feel about that? I know you're going to tell us a bit about the performance, but you're going. You have to get your mommy's permission. But what were you thinking?
For me, knowing that I didn't play cricket in a while and I didn't actually train before I went, so I was just thinking, just use my old skills and try go out to do my best.
Had you played for St. Kitts and Nevis before that?
Cricket?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Wow. So you haven't played for your country, but you're going to play for your regional team. That has really been a really great feat. But here you're going to say, Mommy, I'm going to Trinidad to play cricket. How did she take that? What did she do? What did she tell you?
Well, my mother was actually there when he was telling us about it. So she was already aware of it.
How supportive has she been throughout your sporting career?
100% supportive. My mother is always there for me, and I really appreciate that. And that's why I always try to go out and do my best to make her proud.
We understand that and appreciate that. Congratulations to your mommy. And what's your mommy's name, please?
Eika Francis.
Where's she from?
Sandy Point.
Oh, shucks. SP were the best me every time. Now you're in Trinidad. You land in Trinidad. What's going through your mind? You're going to come up with some of the top female cricketers in the West Indies, some of whom have played for the West Indies on the 19 before and may have been around the senior team. So walk us through that now.
I was just trying to go out there, have fun, be consistent in my bowling because bowling is what I really want to do. And just have fun, enjoy the moment with my team, make new friends from different countries.
And what were your performances like there?
It was really good, bowled very well actually. To say I wasn't practicing, and receive a lot of wickets, and yeah.
Which particular game, your performance, which game you believe caused the selectors to say, hey, we have to include this young lady in the squad to travel?
It was actually against the Windward Islands when I received a hat trick, get 3 wickets back to back.
Back to back to back. And you felt that was it.
Yeah.
You said you were mainly put there to bowl. What about the batting?
Actually, did do pretty well with the bat, but moving forward, actually, getting better in my batting, so love that for myself.
So you went to where now you get the call. Hey, Jazari, you've been selected to the West Indies on the 19 to travel to South Africa, I think it was?
No, not yet. That was later.
That was later. Oh, so tell us what happened between that West Indies tournament and that.
Okay, after the regionals tournament, got a call saying that I got called up for West Indies under-19 squad, which was include 22 players, and they were having a series against India, Sri Lanka, and New Zealand. So we had a camp in Trinidad, so I had to go back to Trinidad to see if I get picked for the tour in India, and actually I did get picked.
Okay, and while you were there, how many players would have been with the West Indies on the 19 team before, if you remember?
I would say most of them, really, but I don't know the exact number.
So you would have met these young ladies in the on the 19 tournament. You're now with the West Indies on the 19 female team. How did they make you feel? How welcome did they make you feel? How much encouragement did they give you?
To be honest, I was shy at first. So I used to always be by myself. But then after a while, just continue being around them a lot. They keep, like, knowing that from the Leeward Islands, and you don't expect someone from the Leeward Islands really to be with the team, with our West Indies team like that. But I had feel really welcome. They used to be asking me, encouraging me to do better and stuff, and yeah.
So you're now on the plane heading out with these ladies. You make the squad. There were 22 players you mentioned?
Yes.
Train out. How many went?
15.
So they're about to announce the 15. How confident you were that you would have been in that 15?
I would say 6 out of 10 really. But then after, like, we had a game and then I bowled really well, and then the head coach had came to me and he was like telling me how good I'm doing, and he just wanted me to continue. And then after that, my hopes just went up more. And then when I actually said the team, I was really happy to be the only female from the Leeward Islands to get picked for West Indies under 19.
How did you find out that you were in that 14 to travel?
We were at Trinidad and we had a game, but the game had get rain out because rain was coming, obviously. And then they called us together, and then there was announcing who get picked. And then they called my name, and they were just happy.
It's really a mixed feeling. Some people make it and some people don't, and things like that. Any of your close friends didn't make it? Persons just started getting on with close to you?
No, everyone did.
Everyone didn't? Okay. So you're now on the plane heading out to represent the West Indies. First time you went to Trinidad, it was to try and make it. You had to go back for camp, so you made it to Trinidad twice in short succession. You're now heading out. And what were you thinking? What were you feeling? A long trip?
Mm-hmm.
Walk us through that.
Okay, so it was like 2 days travel, and then when we landed, for me, I was just planning to practice the way I would play the game every time we had a practice session, and then when the game came, just went out there and did my best every time I get the opportunity.
First time in that environment, completely different to the West Indies, St. Kitts and Trinidad. How were you able to adjust? How long did it take you?
I would say one night, just one night, it took me to adjust to the conditions because actually I already slept on all the planes to India. So my body was already getting into it, but
Okay.
it only stayed one day for me to actually get adjusted to India time.
That's interesting because some people travel, spend a week, and they come back home. And even when they reach home, they still ain't adjusted to it, Say you're landing in India now, you and your team, and you're on the way to your hotel and you sleep and rest and thing. You're out practicing. First time you're practicing in India. What's going through your mind?
Try not to eat no ice because they say if you eat ice from India, you're going to tutu all day. So
First time I hear that.
yeah, just was trying
You
to
develop diarrhea.
yeah. Really, I was just trying to get used to the environment, used to the pitches, and yeah, just try have a fun practice session, really.
Did you have to make many adjustments bowling on those pitches in India as opposed to bowling here in Trinidad and Tobago and in St. Kitts Nevis?
Not really, but the pitches in India are really good, but not really much adjustments.
Okay, how did you perform overall down there?
I will give myself 7 out of 10.
Oh, so you improved from 6 over 10 to 7 over 10.
Mm-hmm.
I think in a practice game you had something like, was it 4 for 19? Was it that one?
That was in Pakistan
That was in
recently.
Pakistan. Pakistan.
Mm-hmm.
But you had a few wickets for very few runs.
That was World Cup warm-up match.
World Cup warm-up match.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're bowling at these players, all that experience. You're first timer for the West Indies. What mental preparation you went through for them, or to approach them?
My coach used to always talk to me, give me good advice, even when I landed in South Africa. Just used to message him, ask him questions, because I'm not really used to being around the world playing cricket. So just used to ask questions, ask the head coach and the team questions, and just used to be back myself when I go out there, and just try to do my best every time.
And in terms of you remember your individual performances in the game, which game was your best game?
For the World Cup, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I would say the game against Rwanda.
Why?
Because that was actually my first World Cup game, and I received a wicket.
Oh, so the first wicket is always out with the butterflies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What is happening with Jazara right now?
Actually, I'm working my way.
Sorry, repeat. You are
I'm actually working my way to the West Indies senior team.
okay.
Practicing every day, working hard.
And how old are you again?
17.
17. How close do you think you are to making the West Indies senior team?
I don't know.
Do you see any obstacles that could, delay your going, cause you to take a little longer than you want to believe?
No.
I like your drive. I like your energy. But in terms of the academics, I understand you have 6, 7, 8 CXC subjects. With grades like that, that number of subjects, people normally should be going to CFBC, Clarence Fitzroy Bryan College. But you're not at CFBC. Why is that so? How come?
I would really say that it's because lots of tours been coming to me back to back to back. So I don't want to miss my opportunity really, but I would say I will start doing subjects online because I don't want to just stop education now. So I would say I would do stuff online to further my education.
Before you got into all these sports and representing the West Indies, what did Jazara want to be when she grew up and become an adult?
I would say I was used to say I wanted to be a cricketer for sure, and my backup job used to be an architect.
Architect. Oh, that's wonderful. So you're now a cricketer, but you're putting architecture on the line a little bit. So what sort of training do you do? How many days a week? What sort of hours? Give us an idea of your routine.
I train 5 days a week in the morning from 9 to 12, and in the afternoon from 4 to like 6.
Where do you train?
Warner Park.
At the academy.
Yeah.
Is there anyone or are there any persons training with you?
No,
What?
just me and my coach,
And who's your coach?
Jace.
J. Taylor.
Yeah.
Okay then. Having started, you said earlier that you were not too strong with the batting. Where do you think you are now?
From a 1 out of 10, I would say now 5.5.
5.5.
Yeah.
At least you're getting there.
Yeah.
You would have played in the West Indies Under 19 tournament here. And from that, you were reselected to that. And bowling some of the big names in West Indies cricket, having met them last year. Did you develop more confidence? Felt it was easier for me to get them out? How was the approach?
I would say it was a bit challenging for me, now that I'm young and they are was in the setup for a while. So I was a bit nervous, kind of bit trying to relax, trying to put my best foot forward for the team, not only for myself.
Now, CPL. I think it was last year was the first CPL with the females here in St. Kitts and Nevis. And you're now told you're now going to play CPL. How did you receive the message that, hey, Jazara, we want you to play for the Barbados Royals, I think it was, in the CPL? Where and how were you told about that?
Actually, I had to do a CPL draft, and then I was preparing myself for Leeward Islands Under 19 tournament this year. And when I was at Timothy Beach Hotel with the team, I saw everybody keep tagging me on Instagram. So I was like, what are these tags coming from? And I just say, you know what, let me go on Instagram. And then even before I get to go on Instagram, somebody called me. And it was like, girl, you get picked for CPL. I was like, what are you talking about? And then I just was like, so I went to my email, and then I see an email, and it was like that you get drafted for Barbados Royals. And then I called my mother straight away, and I was like, mommy, I get called for Barbados for CPL. You know, I was so excited. I went on Instagram, seeing all the tags, and then like a few minutes after I was on Instagram, I see Barbados Royals follow me, and then they tagged me, and I was like, okay, this for real, this really for real. And then like my cricket manager and my other teammates, they was like congratulating me, different stuff, other people. And I was like, I was so happy to like 17 years old and playing for CPL. And the year before, the first time they had CPL in St. Kitts, my coach actually told me that for the next CPL, I will play in it. And then I was like, people more really powerful. I was like, I was so happy.
He spoke the success and it materialized.
Yeah.
You said your cricket manager. Who's that?
Leeward Islands cricket manager, Charlene.
Oh, okay then. And so you know, with the Barbados team, again, most of them adults. And here's this little schoolgirl, no disrespect, going to mix with them. Did you feel intimidated?
No, actually, I felt welcome, even though I was actually the youngest on the team. Actually, learned a lot of stuff from them, asking questions, because people was obviously bigger than me in this sport long time. Even overseas players, I used to ask questions, try to get answers to better my game.
That's wonderful. What you remember your first game that you played?
Yeah.
You remember being told that, hey, Jazara, I need you to bowl this. It's over for me now. It's your turn. How did that make you feel?
I was extremely happy, really. I was nervous at the same time because I was like, okay, 2 good batters in. Let me see. And before I even got the ball, I was actually planning because I was like, he had 2 set batters in there for a while. And I was like, you know what? If the captain gives me the ball, I will definitely get a wicket. And when she gave me the ball, I actually got a wicket.
So you didn't open the bowling?
No.
What, you came on first change, second change?
Third, fourth.
Third, fourth change. But as soon as you got it, you struck goal. And you did say these were 2 set batters, so you broke a very developing partnership, which was wonderful. What were your figures for that game? You remember?
No.
But that was
I think it was 1 for 23.
Okay. Oh, you've gotten your first wicket for the Royals compared to your first wicket for West Indies. How did you feel? Was the feeling the same?
Yes, it was the same. It was the same.
And what about your other performances in the CPL? How many more games you played? How many wickets you picked up?
Just one. Picked up 1 wicket.
Oh, 1 week. But how does that make you feel? How has that prepared you looking forward to the next CPL next year, God's Spear?
It really was a good opportunity for me to represent Barbados Files in CPL, and it was a good opportunity for me to go out there and do my best at this young age, and for me looking forward to get more games and perform even better next CPL.
That's wonderful. Something about you I like is your humility. You've played for the West Indies female team, and people see you walking down the road. I don't believe anybody would realize that is Jazara, that is the Kititian Vision who has played for West Indies team. You're so cool and comfortable, like, hey, it's just a stroll in the park. I really like that about you, and that is something you need to encourage, because that's one of the reasons why people always say, when we say SP, we're the best, people maybe get out of the skin. They say we type of boasting. But I don't say we boasting. I just say we're good and remind people. We have to remind people often how good we are. And the case in point, there's another case of Jazara. And we really appreciate it. I think the whole country, the whole Caribbean is behind you. But you mentioned you're working towards the West Indies female team. So what is happening between now and then? When is the female team, West Indies female team, going to be engaged again? And what are you doing? And hold a sec, we're having a call here. Let me go. And we lost that call. Let me try and get this one. Oh, it come like I'm too slow. Good night. Welcome to On the Ball here at Win FM. Oh, wow. It sounds like I'm a little too slow. I'm not as quick as you with the ball and with the javelin. But callers, you can call back 6-4. We do have the call again. Good evening, caller. Welcome to On the Ball here at Win FM 98.9.
Well, good bounce, bowling. Good night, Brother Mills, and blessed belated Banshang to you. May the love of the Almighty guide you and keep you many more to come.
Thank you very much, sir.
And good, no, don't call me something on a slave, but I respect you, my brother.
Okay, appreciate that.
I respect Allah. And good night to your guests in the studio, the young Sishin. Bless and keep it, and whoever else is there with you.
Good night.
Good night. Yeah, you're just making some good pitch on your career going forward. And I would just like to say, you just keep the momentum and keep focus on where you're going forward with your achievement that you're looking into the sport. And you will have failure, but never give up, yeah?
Thank you.
Never give up.
Thanks.
So keep your head up and always be confident with the love of the Almighty, because only He can give you that inspiration to go far where you need to reach, with alongside your family and others who giving you the guidance. So give thanks for a young one like you, aspiring that capacity in the sports arena, in the cricket female region, and we hope that we see many more like you aspire in that strength. Give thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ras Ayer. And El Jazari, you have a word with first, because Ras Ayer is the first successful caller we have had to the program. So thank you very much for calling in and sharing your views Ras Aya. We really appreciate that. And
You're welcome, Brother Mills, because you know how we always see that it's fitting for young ones, them too, and it's better than how we have raised, because many things I've seen that you said the youth is not capable of being here, but what a young sister like her now shine the light bright, and I hope other young ones, not just in female capacity, but the male capacity, rising that standard and put their head together. Blessed love.
thank you, so thank you, sorry, thank you, Ras Aya. We really appreciate it. All the best,
Good time.
all the best for
All
the
right.
season and the new year, sir. And that was Ras Aya. First caller just hours, so you have another force again, and bringing us here on tuning in. And I think there was another call we missed, so you can call back again. You're listening to On the Ball here at WinFM 98.9. I am Troy Biff Mills, your host, and with us we have Jazara Claxton, multi-talented young lady, only 17 years, not the national captain, the captain for the St. Kitts and Nevis national football team, a member of the St. Kitts and Nevis track and field team, and she's also a West Indies player, cricket player, the first female from St. Kitts and Nevis to play, and she has aspirations to play for the senior team, and especially if she gets into the arena, she'll be the first Kittitian man or woman to play for the West Indies senior team. So you're about to say the female team, you're moving towards making that team. What is going to be happening with them next? What is their next engagement?
We're actually having a camp in January for the academy players and senior players, and I will be attending that camp.
Where is it?
Antigua.
How long is it going to be?
2 weeks.
And what happens after that camp?
Last time I heard that they were planning more tours.
More tours. So you're going to be very, very, very busy. I'm going to ask a little secret. We're not going to tell your mother. She's here in the studio, but she's not going to hear us, eh? When you're leaving, does she cry?
No, not anymore.
Not anymore. So she used to, but I guess she gets accustomed to it. And I know from the posts I've been seeing, she's really behind you 100%. And somebody, a gentleman, who I believe he's perhaps one of your biggest fans. I don't know, because he's always posting about you as well. The Honorable Dr. Denzel Douglas. He's always posting some picture of you, posting something with you. And he seems to be one of your biggest fans here in St. Kitts and Nevis. But tell us quickly, would you encourage any youngsters, as the Ras would have just said, to get involved in sport, especially cricket, and particularly the young ladies, girls?
For sure. Mostly I would like to encourage the girls to come out and play cricket for sure. It's a fun sport. It's challenging, really. It's like a life lesson. Because when you go to bat, sometimes you make 100. Tomorrow you go back to bat, you make a duck or something. So you just got to be very strong-minded and everything to play cricket, really. But I would like to encourage male and female to come out and play the sport, yeah.
Anybody, any persons, any businesses you'd like to thank?
I would like to thank my mother for sure, my coaches, which is J.S. Taylor, Percy Daniel. I also like to thank Charlie Martin for always being behind me.
And I think some time ago, if I'm not mistaken, Ingle Leibod, he would have given you a kit of some sort, entire kit, cricket kit.
Who?
Was it Ingle Leibod, who was out of Canada, I think it was?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I would like to thank him too for the gears. Really appreciate them.
Okay, Jazara, it has been a real pleasure being with you here on the Ball at WinFM 98.9. I learned quite a bit about you, and I had the feeling, the impression that you had a high level of humility. I remember seeing you drive around, ride a bike in Sandy Point, riding through. And here is Jazara now playing for West Indies. And no doubt, I haven't seen you since, but no doubt you're doing that. But I encourage you to keep your head on and be well balanced. Continue to work hard. And there are persons who may not support you the way you would like, but they help to make you stronger. I like the point that you made. You make 100 today and you come back tomorrow and make not. It's not the end of the world. You got to start over. Because there's a gentleman, Carlton Lickybird Dupont. He always says, he was a football referee, and he always said a referee is only as good as his last game. And the same thing applies to any sportsman, any official. You're only as good as your last game. And we've seen West Indies making 324 winning a game, or 326, whatever it was, and come back and making a little. So there are going to be days that they're not so strong, and that is when you have to be mentally toughest in your life, when things are not going your way. You can't give up, and I get the impression you will continue, and you won't give up. So congratulations on your achievements so far. You're carrying the whole of St. Kitts and Nevis, the whole Leeward Islands, and the whole Caribbean, the whole West Indies on your shoulders. As young as you are, only 17 years, but everybody is supporting you fully, and we wish you all the best in your cricketing career and whatever you choose to do, professionally and otherwise. And we also take time to wish you Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year when it comes, and keep your head on, Jazara.
Thank you so much. Same to you.
And thank you to your mom, Aika, who's been sitting down next to me very quiet and watching and listening and smiling and grinning from ear to ear. I don't believe she could have been any prouder than just hearing you in there. And it was a real pleasure having you here with us at WinFM 98.9 on the ball. And once you're available next year, we'll have you in to find out how things are going, because you're going to keep going in from level to level. All right? You've been listening to Jazara Claxton, live and lively in the studios here. Oh, Jazara, we have another caller. Could we squeeze it in before? Good evening, caller. Oh, we missed that one. Caller, could you please try and call back? We'd really appreciate it. Thank you. And we have had Jazara Claxton, West Indies cricketer, here in the studios, live and lively, WinFM 98.9 on the ball. And we thank you for taking time out. We have a few minutes, 13 minutes before we wrap up. So we're going to go and say a quick word to our sponsors and then come right back. Stick and stay. Don't go away. On the Ball is being sponsored by Kai and Jet, and we say a very big thank you to them. At Kayenjet, you will enjoy the one-of-a-kind boutique airport service that you can only find on the thrilling islands of St. Kitts and Nevis. While our chef serves up island specialities, you can relax in Kayenjet Luxury Lounge with its stylish blend of local and contemporary decor. Most of all, you can lose yourself in the nothing's too much trouble service for which Kayenjet is well known. From immigration formalities to dining reservations to private jet charter, our attentive and intuitive concierge team at Kayenjet takes care of every little detail. Kayenjet is located at the Robert L. Bratcher International Airport in St. Kitts. Kayenjet is a 5-star private air terminal providing luxury services and a relaxing environment for guests arriving to and departing from the beautiful islands of St. Kitts and Nevis. Our exclusive state-of-the-art terminal is available to passengers of private and commercial jets. Relax and be pampered in a luxurious space while your immigration and baggage requisites are being addressed at Kayenjet. Kayenjet is located at the Robert L. Bratcher International Airport in St. Kitts. Kayenjet provides a total focus on your needs with the elegant simplicity of a single point of contact for your travel demands. Our commitment to highest levels of service, safety, and convenience is unmatched in private aviation. Cayenne Jet private lounges are known for their discerning clients who relish the state-of-the-art terminal for both its privacy and ability to relax and be pampered in a luxurious space, while their immigration and baggage requisites are being taken care of with always a warm Cayenne Jet welcome from our team. At Cayenne Jet, every trip is personal, and we tailor each arrival and departure to the individual guests, making sure our beautiful lounges are the luxury escape from their tiring journeys, helping them to relax, renew, and revitalize. Our highly experienced staff are on hand to deal not only with normal day-to-day procedures, but with special requests and individually tailored solutions to meet the demands of today's unique travel needs. From arrival to departure and beyond, all private or business travel needs are met with uncommon dedication and personalized care at Cayenne Jet. Cayenne Jet is located at the Robert L. Bradshaw International Airport in St. Kitts. Thank you very much, Cayenne Jet, for coming on board and supporting us here at On the Ball at WINNFM 98.9. We really appreciate it. It's now 6 minutes, so we are going to be starting the wrap-up program. We have a little bit of tidbits here to give you. A bit of obituary. We have lost two stalwart cricketers here in the West Indies. Clyde Butts out of Guyana, he would have passed a few days ago, and he represented the Guyana and the West Indies. He was a spinner-off spinner, and he actually a commentator in his latter days. And we have had another loss as well. Joe Solomon, also out of Guyana. Joe Solomon, he was the one who effected a famous run out at the Gabba in 1960. West Indies versus Australia. And that resulted in the first ever tied cricket test match. And we say condolences to their family, friends, their cricket clubs, and of course the Guyana Cricket Association. And that's a tough loss, really. And there's an article, Zimbabwe captain Sikandar Raza banned for 2 games. And Sikandar Raza and Ireland players Curtis Camphor and Josh Little, they have been fined for breaching level 1 of the ICC Code of Conduct during the first T20 match between Zimbabwe and Ireland at the Harare Sports Club. I like this. Raza has been fined 50% of his match fees and received 2 demerits. And all 3 were found to have breached Article 2.20 of the ICC Code of Conduct for players and player support personnel, which relates to conduct contrary to the spirit of the game. Raza, he was charged with aggressively charging towards Camphor and Josh while pointing his bat and breaking away as the umpire, who tried to calm the situation, he just dismissed them. And the thing about it, we have to understand and we have to realize that with any sport, we have to respect the other players and officials, and we have to conduct ourselves in a particular way, because the whole world is watching. The whole world is watching, so we have to be very careful at that. And as captain, we have to set examples for our younger players. And in terms of the West Indies versus England, the first T20, and at the Kensington Oval in Barbados, West Indies won the toss, and they decided to field first. England 178 for 10 all out from 19.3 overs. Opener Salt, he wasn't so Salt on this occasion. He made 40 from 20 balls. Josh Butler, the wicketkeeper and captain, batting at number 2, 39 from 31 balls. And getting a ball into the 20s, batting at number 5, Livingston, he was 27 from 19. All the West Indian bowlers had wicket. Akil Hossain, 1 for 32 from his 4. Jason Holder, 1 for 43 from his 4. A little expensive there. They opened the bowling. Russell, 3 for 4. 3 for 19 from his 4 overs. Alzari Joseph, he had 3 for 54. Very expensive from 3.3 overs. Romario Shepherd, 2 for 22 from his 4. West Indies needing 172 runs to win in 20 overs. Currently, they are 106 for 4 from 12.2 overs. So they need 66 runs from 46 balls. And very gettable. Not really such a challenging total as it were. And Brandon King, the opener, he was 22 from 12 balls. Kyle Myers, his opening partner, 32 from 21. A very informed batter. And some people may argue that he is the best batsman we have here in the West Indies currently. Shea Hope, he is batting at number 3, 26 from 22 balls. Nicholas Puram, who kept wicket, he made 13 from 12. Shimron Hetmeyer, 1 from 4. Roman Powell, the captain, batting at number 6. He's 6 from 4 balls. There's some 4 extras. West Indies 108 for 4 from 12.4 overs. Shimron Hetmeyer, another failure, 1 run from 4 balls. And he has been having a torrid time, a real torrid time, since he made himself unavailable for the West Indies and come back. He hasn't been at the levels we would have liked. But he's gonna continue trying. We hope that they keep giving him a fair run. For the bench for the West Indies, Goody Kishmoti, Waston Chase, Shafin Rutherford, and Matthew Ford. And the next game is going to be the second T20. That is going to be Thursday, December 14th at the National Cricket Stadium at St. George's. It's going to be starting at 1:30 p.m. another day night. And the third T20 at the same venue, Saturday 16th, the 4th, Brian Lara Stadium, Taruba, Trinidad on December the 19th. That's next week, Tuesday. And on Thursday the 21st, the last and final of the T20s, also in Taruba. And we say best wishes to the West Indies team as they actually take on England, finalizing the game in Trinidad and Tobago. And in terms of matches coming up here in the SKNFA's current league, there were some 6 matches today. In the under 13, at Keon, Ramsville Superstars versus SL Horsford St. Paul's. We had a doubleheader. Trans Global Engineering Deep Bay Youth, they came up against St. Thomas Trinity Strikers Youth. And at St. Peter's, we had another doubleheader. At 4 p.m., Connery Fireballs, Newtown United. At 5 p.m., Hobson Enterprises Garden Hotspurs versus Molyneux Pitbulls. I hope the Pitbulls have some bite in their football. On the 15th, Keon doubleheader, St. Thomas Trinity Youth versus Trans Global Engineering Deep Bay Youth. And at 5:30, Ramsville Superstars versus SL Horsford St. Paul's United. On Thursday the 14th, we're going to see 3 matches. At St. Peter's, Newtown United will be engaging Hot Springs Bath United. Raheem Rogers is the referee for that. And at K on the doubleheader, this is the under 13. Ramsville Superstars taking on Security Forces. Jody Walters will do that game. And at 6 p.m., Sadlers United versus Hobson's Enterprises Garden Hotspurs. Jody again will double up. On Thursday the 14th in the under 15, St. Peter's, 6 p.m., Newtown United versus Hot Springs Bath United. Kareem Benjamin, the referee. His assistants, Jaden Rouse and Kenwin Collins. And at 6 p.m. at Keon, still in the under 15, Ramsville Superstars versus Security Forces United. Jodel Matthew, Tyra Wilkinson, Jevian Archibald. I like the idea that Security Forces, they are having an under 15 team. and they're really, really working hard. And we wish them all the best. And that is the football roundup from what we have coming up here in the SKNFA's league. And again, the St. Kitts and Nevis table tennis team should be traveling down to Dominica on Thursday for the OECS Table Tennis Championship, which has been out since 2012 and they're now back. So we congratulate all the players who have made it so far to the team, and we want to wish them well. And at the same time, we are looking some assistance in order to ensure that the team travels. So we're asking you to come on board and be a sponsor. Any amount you can, be you an individual, be you a company, a group. We want you to come on board and actually be part of the program and give your sponsorship. You can call me, contact me, Troy Biffmill, 668-2055, and we'll be able to welcome you. And again, we're really looking some support from the corporate community, individuals, as the case may be. And this is the last edition we're having in terms of the On the Ball for the year. And we thank you for tuning in. We thank our first caller, Ras Ayer, being history with us, creating a bit of history. And we also say thank you to our sponsor, Kayan Jet, for allowing us to be on the air. And if it weren't for the kind sponsorship, we would not have been able to bring you this program. So thank you very much, Kayan Jet, for being with us and ensuring that we're on it. And we look forward to being with you again next year. I'm Troy Biff-Mills, your host. We thank Win FM for making this possible. And Jamster, my technician tonight, I thank him for being here. And we had in the studio Delwayne Delaney from the St. Kitts and Nevis Athletics. And then we would have had Miss Jazara Claxton. She was in the studio with us as well. So we say thank you to Jazara for being here, and we learned a lot. As we wrap up our final edition for 2023, we thank you for listening and being with us. And we encourage you, this is the Christmas and Carnival season. We encourage you to be safe and have fun. And be careful, be cautious, help each other, share with each other, and enjoy the Christmas and Carnival. Be safe. Be safe. It's very important. Be vigilant when you're on the road. And we look forward to having you again with us next year, God's Spear, when we resume in January. And as I slip away, I say, always be positive in your thoughts, in your words, and in your actions. Have a good night. Merry Christmas and all the best. Be safe. Be vigilant. KianJet provides a total focus on your needs with the elegant simplicity of a single point of contact for your travel demands. Our commitment to highest levels of service, safety, and